Big day, big start to the weekend. First of all, we have got the Champions League draw today. We will be getting either, one of the two Dutch teams. I think the PSV are the stronger team. I would rather face Feyenoord, I think. I've never been to De Kuip, so that makes it a much more exciting trip for me. But also, Feyenoord are the Bayern side of the draw, whereas PSV are the Real Madrid side of the draw. I think you can sort of maybe put too much into that, as Atleti and Leverkusen are the two teams that those two teams face first, and those are, will be highly bit icy, highly contested ties. Too much wearing hats has left my hair very floofy. I think you can look too far ahead in this tournament. I think every game is going to be tough, but Feyenoord's defence has looked extremely gettable, and there will be an extra frisson of entertainment for Gooners if as is rumoured, we'll see our ex-striker, the Snake, Van Stapeltwat, in the hot seat at Feyenoord. Would love a bit of a ritual humiliation for him. Bit of a revenge beating. I've also got to try and get tickets for the Women's Champions League quarter-final, Real Madrid away, which scandalously, the tickets have been released in these tranches of 30 and 50. Very, very annoying. It's ridiculous that game is being held at the Di Stefano rather than at their proper stadium. It's really wound me up, that. Would have loved to go to the Bernabeu with the girls. No, you don't rate women's football as important enough. And then, as I said, it's the beginning of a big weekend. We have West Ham. Look, again, the mantra of Arteta is always one game at a time, which is the correct attitude for the Arsenal staff and the Arsenal players. As a fan, I feel a little bit like, we all know that that West Ham game, West Ham at home, they were the first team to ever beat us at the Emirates in a miracle game. Was it Joe Hart in goal? I think he made 1 million saves, whoever was in goal, and they got Bobby Zamora, I think, scored one direct from a goal kick. Annoying game to lose. But far more recently than that, effectively this West Ham team has managed to come to the Emirates and get results despite facing an absolute barrage. I've listened to a few different podcasts talking about who we're going to play, different views. Some people think that you've got to give Raheem one more chance. Some people think you've got to just write Raheem off at this stage. What we don't have is information as to how close either Bukayo Saka or probably more imminently Gabriel Martinelli are to returning, which can inform that decision. One of the suggestions made is that we actually pick that same front three, but add Merino as as the left 8, so that he can still get into the positions, where Nwaneri found him for that header. I quite like that as an idea, and it made me think about that Forest, which is a massive game, top 4 game. If we go and beat Forest, I think that we've at the very least absolutely nailed down our Champions League spot. They have a hard game away to Newcastle on Saturday, early kickoff. They're a team that puts miles in the legs of its players, and especially can damage you with wide counter-attacks. You need legs. I think the idea, one of the good ideas, might be to try and take advantage of our extra day's rest, lean into that, maybe start Merino at left 8, rest Deckers. I'd even think about possibly changing personnel at fullback. I think Calafiori can really get forward against West Ham, but you're more worried about the counter-attacks and control against Forest. Maybe West Ham is a Calafiori game and Forest is a Miles game, I don't know. Also, if we're going to try and get Benny Blanco back into the team before this international break, then maybe he gives you a chance to rest Timber against West Ham, the extra attacking ability of Benny in that game, then bring Timber back in for the Forest game. I don't know, that's probably more changes than Arteta likes to make in one go. Maybe sort of Timber and White share the West Ham game more, give White half an hour. Let's see. Huge game. I feel that there is, the edifice which is Liverpool. We're seeing a few cracks. Very surprised to see Arne Slot throwing one of his players, big expensive buy Darwin Núñez, under the bus. I've heard that in the post-match interviews, big Verge says you've got to hand it to Arsenal. Quickly corrects himself to Villa. That's another little sniff that we're, as the kids say, living rent free. What we have got to do, as I said at the top, is go game by game. But Man City on terrible form, but still their fans will expect a response from a humiliation at the hands of Real Madrid. What few fans they have. We can but hope. Newcastle coming up as well. Some tough games for Liverpool. You feel that every extra win we load up in front of them, particularly when we play first, tightens the screws, increases the pressure. Let's see. Salah is having one of the seasons for the ages, and obviously Big Verge is a truly great centre back. But if for any reason they end up missing one of those, if there's a suspension, even one game out, a minor knock or a strain, can the rest of those players pick up the slack? I don't think. I'm not completely sure they can. I think that the more pressure we put on, the squeakier the skin off the bums will become. Let's see what we can do. I'm just wandering down to a pub to see if they're going to show our game on Saturday. I think, as I said, I want Feyenoord. I want De Kuyt, where I've never been before, despite the mental hooligan reputation of those Rotterdam fans. And I suppose Leverkusen I'd quite like, I think, rather than Bayern, or maybe Atleti. Revenge for that semi-final where they shafted Wenger's last season. Anyway, bus is flying along. Come on, the Arsenal. Let's do this.